theory.
Thank you very much. Hi, everybody. I'm very glad to be here, and I will be presenting to you a very peculiar part of our research, a topic about conspiracy theories, and as we have said, how anti-democratic propaganda uses conspiracy theories. I will be talking about a very specific conspiracy theory, which I will briefly explain, and I will briefly state what I see behind this, because this is research disposition that I have taken, not only with this research, but also with other research of conspiracy theories, that I use them as indicators of social issues and social anxieties. Where do they stem from? Where do they come from? How are they articulated in society? So, first, what is the digital concentration camp? It sounds a bit weird, and that is because it is. And first, overall, what I can say about it is that it's a conspiracy theory about concerning digital identity. To be more precise, digital identity as in digital documents, digital ID, and digital currency. This is the two main narratives that I have come across during my research on this theory. But I would not limit the whole theory, the whole conspiracy theories in these two topics. They're just the ones concerning the EU that I have found. So, what does the conspiracy theory state in general? As every conspiracy theory, we have this big villain that we have. It's the most powerful people in the world, on the planet, who aim to establish total control over the general population of the world, something that we call very usually the New World Order. And if you come to research the New World Order, you will come to understand that there's numerous conspiracy theories regarding the New World Order. It's a very, very powerful narrative, a very powerful topic, to say it like that. So how would they establish the New World Order, those very powerful and very rich and all keeping, all controlling people? They plan to do that through voluntary or involuntary switching of sensitive personal data, as is IDs and digital wallets and currency, sensitive personal data like that, into a digital format. A very general thing, the digital format, something that is somewhere in the air, let's say. So this can easily be translated into different topics. Only this particular part of the theory, just to give you an example of how volatile these theories are and can be. This digital format, as abstract as it is, can be easily, therefore, controlled. How will this happen in 3 easy steps, as the authors of the articles that I have read explain? First step is switching to a digital ID. Digital IDs as in passports and vaccination passports. To be more exact. Why vaccination passports? Because those articles were written after the COVID pandemic had started, and therefore people had the concern of vaccination. We had vaccination hesitancy. A lot of people had that, and therefore conspiracy theories easily incorporate this fear, this particular fear of controlling via the vaccination passports. If you don't have it, then you can't do regular things in your everyday life, like going to the grocery store, for example. The second step is switching to a digital format of money, digital currency, digital transactions via what the authors say is the central bank digital currency. If we're having a New World Order, this grand institution that encompasses the whole world, basically, then we will probably have some institution that is as global as the regime itself, an institution concerning currency, and that's the digital bank. So a third step that I have read, that I have found that things will happen, is through the exchange of this digital data. If we have it in the so-called cloud, this abstract thing, the digital format, that we cannot touch, we cannot smell, we cannot see, that makes it easier for exchange of people who have access to it. Since it's digital, literally everybody with malicious intent could have access to such a thing. Some other things beyond this general description of the theory. What I have read in the articles is that we are going to have that digital concentration camp by 2030, and this camp also resembles what we have seen in actuality, which is the China social rating system, something that we can actually examine in real life. So here's one of the tactics of fear-mongering through conspiracy theories. We take an example from real life, and we know about this China social system, and we exaggerate it to a total extent, the totality of the world, the New World Order. So after that, we will have total population, the population of the world, that will be entirely dependent on the ruling elites that control those digital spaces where digital currency is stored, where our digital IDs are stored, and so on. Those elites don't have a race, they don't have religion, they don't have nationality, things that are getting closer to anti-democratic propaganda. You know how it says that ruling elites that are mostly liberal in the West are said to have no nationality. They don't care about nationality, about tradition, and so on and so forth. So this is something that resembles directly the anti-democratic propaganda. Those elites, we can call them different names, Masons. It was actually used yesterday evening during the raid in front of the National Theatre. John Malkovich was called a Mason himself, and therefore he's a bad person. So we call them Masons, Illuminati, the Bilderberg Group, people who attend the Davos meetings of the World Economic Forum in Davos, and so on and so forth. There are numerous names about those groups. It's a globalist agenda in general, and it is a key element of something else that we can examine listening to those theories, the digital public infrastructure. Something that helps the digital IDs and digital currency to be worked on. In general, freedom will be abolished as much as we have freedom right now, or we don't, depending on our general attitude. It will be totally abolished, no freedom at all, and this will happen through a total digitalization of what we call the Internet of Everything. Probably some of you have heard this term. So, the plan is global. The authors even make out the protocols of the globalist elders, as I have come to understand, which resembles very vividly the famous protocols of the elders of Zion, which is an enormous topic in itself. But it's basically a false text coming out in the early 1900s from Russia that generally puts the anti-Semitic, the modern anti-Semitic conspiracy theory into play. It's widely used in Nazi propaganda to prepare for the World War II and to be used during the World War II. So what we are going to have is what the authors of the article say, it's digital feudalism. And as we have understand, it will be coming very soon, 2030 actually. What do we make of this? First, I'll try to be very brief about those things. We have a very articulated fear for one's freedom. It will be taken from us as much as we have it left at all. Freedom and independence. Those are indicators. I use them as indicators for various problems. For example, first, digital identity means identity theft and control. The problem with identity in humanitarian sciences in itself is one of probably the biggest problems in humanitarian sciences. So just here we have, only here we have this major topic that we can dive into. This digital identity is an indicator, I think, and reading through the literature of conspiracy theories and their social impact, those are indicators of existential anxiety. We have a total theory. It's the New World Order. It's the whole world is in it. The whole world of the person, the whole world in general. We also have social uncertainty. We don't know what's going to happen. We have a war like 200 kilometers from Varna. We have a pandemic. It's a problem that concerns the whole world. After that, we usually connect those theories to feelings of distrust towards the government and ruling elites. In general, they could be governmental elites or local elites or world elites. General elites, and this problem in itself, I think I would have come to understand it stems from unresolved personal issues, whether they be psychological issues or social issues, and of course, as you understand, this topic in itself, it's enormous. So I would not dive right now into it. The other thing that I would like to say about the digital concentration camp and why I think it's a relevant topic, not only to the matter of the EU, is that it's a way to criticize globalism. Why is that? It's concerned with global matters. First, the scale of the theory exactly matches the scale of the issue that we are facing, the scale of the issue that brings anxiety into our minds. It brings us uneasiness. It's fearful and distrustful of ongoing global processes because it concerns the narratives in the whole theory are of global matter, like digitalization, for example. This particular theory deals in digitalization, which is a major part of globalization in itself. The digital concentration camp can be related to other conspiracy theories, large-scale conspiracy theories, concerning what I have also already mentioned, the New World Order, but also other matters that are global. And a couple of things. This is my last slide. It uses why is it so close? Why do we concern with the digital concentration camp conspiracy theory when we talk about anti-democratic propaganda? As we have come to understand, as we have presented, my colleagues before me have presented, the anti-democratic propaganda has a conspiracy logic, a geopolitical conspiracy logic. This already makes it very easy for various conspiracy theories to be related to it. Conspiracy theories can be very volatile. They're very easily steered one direction or another. They recognize similar villains, the West, the elites, which are liberal. If we are talking about anti-liberal propaganda, they're Western and liberal. And when we talk about the digital concentration camp conspiracy theory, we're talking about technocratic leadership. The West and the technocratic are very close to each other in terms of resemblance they're very close to each other. Let's just put it this way. I would probably need 5 minutes to think of the word that I'm thinking of, so no need to do that. Okay, so forming a union. We're talking about the European Union. It's part of globalization, and being part of globalization, it means that it destroys national integrity one way or another. And it also empowers global elites, those powerful people and secret groups and corporations, secret interests. In this process, they turn people into livestock suitable only for work that satisfies only the elites and not ourselves that much. And it pulls global resources into the hands of the very few, the elite, leaving the vast population, meaning us, in debt, in being poor and under total control. A matter that is ongoing, it's an ongoing concern and can reach a high point of a new world order, potentially. Being a part of the Western world, we condemn ourselves to this agenda by default, basically. unless we call out the malicious intent of those elites, telling conspiracy theories to our friends and into the public space via the internet or other means. And one of the peculiarities of this conspiracy theory is that Russia can become a victim of this new world order, or if it does not resist the process of globalization, it can save itself. But this conspiracy theory, what differs it from the anti-democratic propaganda, is that Russia is not the savior by default. It can also be a victim, which is one of the few things that is different from the general logic of the anti-democratic propaganda. And last but not least, probably those stories are mostly disseminated in the website Pogled.info, which is a very common. We all know this website. It's a propaganda hub, a very big propaganda hub for pro-Russian anti-democratic propaganda. So this is my last slide. Thank you very much.